Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live trading room recap for Friday, July the 22nd. My name is Barry Ainers. I'm the moderator of our trading room. Here's the address to get into the room. It is a free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas. You can come on in as a guest, and I share my screen all day long, and I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you do want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, here's a link you can use, and is Key to Drive, Key, the number 2, Drive, DRIVE, all in capital letters. And that is the code that you can use, which will get you a discount. Just to give you an idea, full Trade Ideas, including all of our standard package plus our premium, is $1,888 a year. You can get it for $1,500 for the year, which works out to about a little over $4 a day. Anyway, another sensational day in our trading room. These low floaters won't quit. We've got this low floaters on the move window, which just absolutely will not quit. So GBR was one of the ones that popped up probably even yesterday. Well, actually, we've been following it probably for 3 or 4 days. Let's see, when no, that can't be right. This can't be the first day. Maybe here was a day. So a few weeks, or a few days ago, here was a day. But anyway, we're back to it. And this is why I'm saying to people that come into our trading room, it certainly isn't about me just telling you what to buy and sell and do all that. First of all, you shouldn't want that. You should learn how to trade on your own. The room is wonderful to be in because we're all trying to help each other. But for instance, one of the posters said, and I knew they were talking about GBR earlier, and I did not get into it. I was doing other things. But they said to me, Barry, what do you think about right here? And I thought about it, and I looked at it and said, well, maybe it's okay, but it's probably going to have a bit of a stumbling block at 5. But because that individual said, what about it, I decided to put it on my thumbnail chart and start watching it. And so all of a sudden we got this huge gap up over 5, took out that little high there. So I decided to take the trade. Yes, it is extended. There's no question. But, these things have a mind of their own right now. And somebody said this float is under 1 million shares. So this is why these low floaters are just absolutely exploding. So, I got into it at 514, and I sold some out so quickly at 540, 545, 578, and then, unfortunately, this candle here got me out of the balance of my trade. I say unfortunately because I would have loved to have still held it. Actually, it was this one right there, I think, that got me out. But anyway, it popped right back and broke over 6 even. So anyway, this is the sort of thing that we're doing almost in the room all day long. And I tweeted this out, and I said, you think this has run out of steam. It's already had a massive increase. And you think it's run out of steam, but you know what? You just keep watching these. And again, I'm not saying they all work like this. I wish they would. This is another one. I think some of the people are in the room. Smith, look at this one. I mean, this is insane action. And one of the people in the room, I think it was Boiler, said, Barry, watch this one. And I think it was right around here when he said it. And then it just popped up. It got halted, popped up, got halted. And another one. This is like 2 million in the float. This is why these are just having this incredibly frantic action. And again, if you don't understand what I'm talking about when I talk about the float, so something with 2 million shares in the float. So in theory, that means that the available shares for trading are only 2 million shares. Well, for whatever reason, this started popping. For whatever reason, I don't know if there was news, but all of a sudden, this stock becomes in high demand and there's short supply. So again, think about anything else that you've ever bought in your life that gets bid up almost irrationally because housing probably is a great idea or a great one. Housing prices in certain areas of certainly in Canada, but in the States when we had the housing booms, you got houses on the market and we get more buyers than sellers. So this is exactly the same with stocks. We have more buyers than sellers and a low float. This is what happens. Now, they don't all work like this, and believe me, when they come down, they can come down awfully quickly. That's why you have to be watching this so quickly or so closely. Somebody asked me, when I took the GBR trade, normally I post I called it out. I was saying, guys, I'm looking at this over five, over five. Then I said, okay, I took it at 514. And somebody said, oh, I don't see it in the announcement section. Well, when you get into one of these sort of trades, it's very, very difficult to sort of break away, type something in. And by the way, I'm not criticizing this person, but just to explain what happens in the room, I'm trying to trade my account as well as help people and helping people with the product itself, and throw out some ideas. And then of course I want to post my trades. But sometimes I cannot break away from staring at my brokerage screen, because it's something that's moving so quickly. I cannot spend 10 seconds or 15 seconds posting an announcement. So that's the reason. Now, HELE. HELE has had a very interesting day. Again, on the trade around, and I know it's the more you start to play with this, the more that you will really be able to figure out how to use HELE to its best advantage. And just one second, please. What I forgot to do was shut down my email. All right, so how to play HELE. Now, I took Swift as an example. See how Swift had a, let me just click on it over here so it loads into the chart. So you see how Swift was alerted by HELE at, what was the price? At 1874. And it had a 25-cent stop on it, I think. Yeah, if I subtract, well, anyway, the exit price was 1849. HELE got stopped out for a 25-cent loss, all right? And because what HELE was looking at was, all right, this looks like it could continue. But then it had this move right down to 1849 was the exit price. So right here is when HELE got out. Got in here and then almost got out immediately. So, but the thing is that you don't say to yourself, well, that's it. There's no more trade in Swift. You can say, all right, HELE got into this trade maybe a little bit early. This was an early trade to take, got stopped out. What if I put an alert right where HELE got in at 1874 and see what happens afterwards? Now notice this green line here. I had the alert, and it actually popped up here on this, and I got the alert, but then it came back down. Actually, it was right here. I'm sorry. Right here is where I got the alert, and unfortunately, I was doing other things. Okay, so I actually missed this alert. But it didn't hurt me so much because look what happened. It did pull back a little bit. And then I said to myself, you know what? I would like to take this trade if it got over 19. And so I took the trade at 1904. One of the reasons I did this is I took a look at the daily. And I think if I back out on the daily, I don't see really any resistance until, remember, till this level here, 20. So I thought, okay, this is right here. So I thought, okay, it's broken over the whole number, and so I'm going to take the trade. So I took the trade at 1904, and it worked modestly for me. Let me just bring back the 15-minute chart. So I took the trade right here about 1904. It did move up. It moved up to 1923, and it looked like, this had some legs to it. One of the things I noticed, though, this is a very modest move, but at that time, the SPY was really moving up. And I commented in the room, I don't really like this because this is not moving along with the SPY. And this is an example of risk on. I know people are finding it maybe difficult to understand this concept of risk on and risk off. Well, risk on really means, okay, if you're in a long trade and the market's moving with you and the market is trending up, then that's when probably you can keep your risk on. In other words, keep the trade on. I might want to call it trade on or trade off. In fact, I might make a suggestion. The trade is on or the trade is off. But the problem I had is that it wasn't moving up with the SPY, and then look what happened. So I actually got a pretty good exit on this thing because it dropped down all to 19, and I took it out at 1914. My point is this, and now it's starting to move back. And it's possible at the end of the day, I may get back into this. But the point of it is, this could have kept moving like this. And the reason is that the only reason I would have seen it is by examining HELE very closely. Look at this one. I know Dan is, or not, well, this is actually a good, but I think Dan is in this one, HNI. Look what it did, though. Holly took a profit on HNI at 43 cents. So the exit price then was 51.48. The entry was 51.15. So right around here, Holly exited right here at, sorry, what was the price? 51.58. So 51.58. Let me just put a mark there. Holly got out here, and the reason being, so it was a bit of a profit save. Holly probably saw this action right here, moving back down. So he said, she said, okay, I'm going to get out of this trade right now. I'm going to save the profit. Doesn't mean, and you could have got out of this trade if you were in the trade. You could have followed Holly, maybe. But see what happens with Holly? She gets out of the entire position. Had I been in this trade at this point, I could have exited the same as Holly, but maybe half my position or a third, and then held on to see if it kept moving. And look what it did. I mean, it kept moving to the point. I'm not saying you would have got out at the very, very top, but that's over probably $1. 52. There is 51.57. So that's over $1 from where Holly got out. That's why we're saying keep watching this particular column. This is probably a great example of it. Now this is, a lot of people looked at this one and said, and it's only still 129,000 shares. But, today it's having its day. It's trading twice what it would normally be trading in terms of volume. So yeah, maybe the spread was a little tough. So you take fewer shares, maybe, and but look what's happened to it. I mean, Holly got out with a 24-cent profit, but right now it's at $1.31. Risk is on. The market's moving up. The trade is on. So this is how you use Holly. And I know it can be a little bit confusing, but if you come into the room, you will see, I will go over this quite a bit, especially the next 2 days, Tuesday or Monday and Tuesday, because we still have the special offer, which will end on Tuesday. But I will continue even after Tuesday when I will not be sharing, all the Holly trades right on my screen. I'll be talking about them, and I'll be, again, trying to emphasize how people can use this risk on or trade on profit. So anyway, that is it. This has been just a fabulous day. I am still, this is the only one that is, again, giving me a little bit of concern. Let's see what the price is here, 437. I am trying to swing this one. If you watched the video yesterday, I can't remember if by the time the video was done, I was out of the trade, but I got into this trade yesterday at right here at 423, right about, actually almost at the high, right here. Looking to swing this one, and then I got taken out. I took myself out of the trade at 4. Now it popped right back up today. And so now I'm back in this at 447. So I'm a little underwater, but getting a little more confident that it's holding its own. I will wait to see how it trades at the end of the day. And again, why I'm in this one, looking at the daily, and I don't see any resistance. You don't see any near-term resistance. Here's a spike way back in well, not way back, but I mean December 12th, or November the 12th last year. But there's really isn't any resistance right now on the chart. So only problem I got is this is a bio, and you never know what news they can come out with. So it's the only hesitation I have about maybe swinging this one, but I'm going to see what happens by the end of the day. Anyway, what a day. I mean, what a week, actually. We had a tremendous week. I really appreciate all the guests that have come into the room. It's made the room really exciting for us. We had over 600 people in the room every single day. By the end of the day, we maybe lose 100, but certainly we have a lot of guests. And I hope you have been suitably impressed by what you see in the room. And again, I'm not trying to blow my own horn, but I'm just saying that this is what you can expect from Trade Ideas. Myself being in the room, sharing my screen, free, all the time, 9 to 4, every single day. The 4 free webinars that we have, Mondays and Thursdays at 5, the 2 on Wednesdays at 4:30 and 7:30 that you can sign up for. The free one-on-one training that we offer if you sign up as a subscriber. So I think we're unlike any other trading platform out there. Idea generator, we'll call it, out there. You take our product, and we constantly are trying to support you. So you're never alone. It's that simple. So anyway, that's it. I will stop now. It's been a long week, a lot of explanation going on for me all week long, but I certainly don't mind. It actually keeps me fresh and focused, so no problem there. So I've rambled on a little bit. So listen, again, here's how you can get into the room. I open the room at about quarter to nine every morning. Sorry, open the room at about quarter to nine every morning. That's when I start to share my screen and I get live in the mic right here. And again, if you want to take out a subscription, this is the link you can use with the promo code key2drive. It'll be in the text of the YouTube video, so I'll have it there. So thanks a lot for listening and have a great weekend. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning. Bye-bye.